Good morning, Mr. Parker, teachers, parents watching online, and special guests, boys and girls. Welcome to the 2020 Warren Public School Stage 3 Presentation Day Assembly. My name is Kaimani. I am the school captain of Warren Public School along with Natalie, our other school captain. We have the privilege of leading the 2020 Stage 3 Day Assembly. The other Warren Public School leaders, Mohammed, Anahara, Andy, and Chloe, will co-lead the assembly. I'd like to introduce our special guests, Mr. Scully and Mr. Curley. Thank you for attending today.
I would like to introduce Natalie Jackson, who will present our Warren Public School Acknowledgement of Country.
We would like to acknowledge the traditional owners and custodians of the land in which we are living today, the Wadiwari people of the Dharawal Nation. We would also like to pay our respects to others past, present and emerging. We are fortunate to be here today on sacred land between Gadifu, Jaborzay and Baba Ara, Sea Lake and mountains. We respect the Wadiwari people's spiritual connection to their country and recognise their ancestors only took what they needed. Today we appreciate the gifts of nature provided to us from the earth and pay it forward by looking after the land on which we live.
Thank you, Natalie. Would everyone please stand quietly and respectfully for the national anthem, Advanced Australia Fair. Please stand without singing while our anthem plays.
I would like to introduce our principal, Mr. Wayne Parker, who will give us a report on 2020 at Warren Public School and outline some future directions for our school in 2020.
Thank you, Natalie. Good morning, everybody. My speech today isn't as long as it has been in the past because I've had to do it 3 times. So you'll be probably pleased to know that. First of all, thank you for coming along. You look fantastic in your school uniforms today. Everyone's dressed correctly. It looks amazing from up here. I'd also like to welcome Mr. Scully, who is our State Member for Parliament for Wollongong, and also Mr. Dave Curley from Warrawong High, who is the Transitions Supervisor, I guess is, yep, good title, who many of you already know very well, and for those of you who are in Year 5, you will get to know Mr. Curley a whole lot better, hopefully again next year. The transition program that Warrawong has with its community of schools is a fantastic program that makes going along to high school a lot easier for everybody. This year has been a very interesting year, as we all know. It started with the bushfires before we came back to school. Lots of people affected by those further down the coast than us. And then when we finally did get back to school, everything seemed like we'd recovered and it was good, but it wasn't long before COVID came along and we said you can't come to school, or we prefer you didn't come to school. So everyone had to go home again. During that time, your teachers had to rethink how they did everything. And we still provided learning for kids who weren't able to stay at home during that time. We provided learning for kids who had internet access and computers. We provided computers for kids who didn't have computers. We ended up lending out over 80 of our computers across the school from kindergarten to Year 6. And we also did paper copies for those people who weren't able to get internet access or for whatever reason weren't able to work electronically. It was a big effort from everyone, and I know it was a big effort from your parents and the people who look after you as well, to make sure that your learning still happened during that time of probably pretty much a term when you weren't able to be at school learning. It was very quiet here, and the teachers were all very sad because they missed out on doing their best part of their job, which is seeing you guys every day. And it was a quiet time, and it was a time where we were very, very busy trying to make sure that your learning still took place. So I'd like to thank all the teachers for their hard work during that time. It wasn't an easy time at all, but here we are today. Restrictions are still in, not as bad, but hopefully next year when we look towards 2021, As long as everything keeps going well, we should see very few restrictions, and hopefully school will be as normal as possible. It has been a bit sad for our Year 6 students this year, missing out on a few things that Year 6 normally get to have. But we're trying to help it out, you know, for the end of the year with the water slides and a bit of a different Year 6 farewell that's going to happen next week. Hopefully that's still a lot of fun for you guys as well. Also to our captains, fantastic job this year, although you didn't really get to experience the whole captain thing. And to our other school leaders, thank you for doing such a grand job today. Although, you know, without all the practice of fortnightly assemblies, they've still managed to do a fantastic job in the first 2 assemblies today, and have continued to be student leaders at our school throughout the whole year. So can we give them a round of applause? Lastly, not everyone gets an award today, but congratulations to, well, that's not true actually, everyone does get an award today, but congratulations to all those people who do appear on the stage today. Congratulations on your hard work and your work ethic, showing grit and displaying our PBL values. For those of you who don't get to appear on stage today, you have achieved something this year. You definitely know more than you did at the beginning of the year. You've all improved, you've all gotten better, you've all learned more. And later on today, you will receive a certificate from your teacher which outlines what they think is your greatest achievement for this year. So everyone has achieved something. We can't give awards to everyone to appear on the stage, but I'd like to congratulate you all for an outstanding 2020 and look for a much better 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Farquhar. Mr. Best, would you please present the certificates of achievement for Stage 3 for 2020? Please hold your applause until all awards are given.
Thanks, Andy. Congratulations to Ezra Griffiths Campbell for outstanding application and effort in mathematics. Ashley Bertazzani for class citizenship. Lucy Fitton, dedication to her learning. Reid Moe, dedication to learning and outstanding academic progress. Mia Ferris for class citizenship. Hilda Burdani for academic excellence in all areas. Danilo Jokic for his dedication to learning. And Courtney Rosina for consistent application in all key learning areas. We congratulate these Stage 3 winners.
Thank you, Mr. Best. Mr. Manette, would you like to present the certificates of achievement for Stage 3 in the support unit? Again, please hold your applause until the end.
From 36G, Batul Aldous, for achievement in becoming an effective learner who is able to assist others. To Nadeem Hamad, for an effective learner who shows resilience and initiative in all learning areas. And from K6K, Tia Webb for class citizenship. Can we give these people a round of applause?
Thank you, Mr. Miller. At our school, we have many additional programs of learning. These include Macedonian, English as an additional language or dialect, the permaculture, garden and garden groups, literacy groups, library, Albemarle Breakfast Club, and technology. Ms. Fogarty, would you please present the certificates of achievements for the additional programs in the school for 2020?
For English as an additional language, Atibu Ramogira for excellent effort in learning English. A Technology Award, Vicky Filiposka for consistent and committed effort in learning about the Macedonian language and culture. In the technology group as well, Angus McLeod for great understanding of using Google G Suite for education in his learning. For library, Jasmina Martinov for outstanding library monitor. And for the permaculture and garden, Latrell Kaur doing his best, showing teamwork and helping others to do the right thing in the garden. And our last award for permaculture and garden, Ezra Griffiths Campbell for always being helpful, cheerful and on task in the garden. Can we give these students a round of applause?
Thank you, Mrs. Fothergill. Later today, all students who are in public school will receive a certificate of learning from the teachers. These acknowledge a personal area of achievement, improvement, talent for every child at our school.
Mrs. Knox, would you please present the Excellent Attendance Awards for 2020?
Okay, I'm giving the award today for attendance. This is the students that have been learning at school or either at home learning for 98, 100% of the time, which is fantastic. And we had Foray, Jureti Eshetukema, Remo, Nadine Hammett, Nathan Kurtel, Lakeisha Dunn, and everybody give them a round of applause.
Thank you, Mrs. Knox. Mrs. Garrity, would you please present the Planet Premier's reading challenge certificate?
certificate goes to Courtney Rosina. Antonio Roma. Dion Mamedi. Michael Lane. Latrell Core. Danilo Joseph. Elara Igano. Muhammad Al-Abdul. Congratulations to all those certificates.
Thank you, Miss Garrett. What a great reading achievement in our school. Now we will ask Miss Bowen to present the Rotary Citizenship Award from the Rotary Club of Kemba.
The award I am presenting today is on behalf of the Rotary Club of Kembla. This award is for citizenship, a person who over the year has been selfless, looked after others, cared for kids in all areas, been helpful, friendly, and an assistance to their teacher and other teachers across the school. They've been a great role model and leader to other senior students and are being rewarded for this in their last year at Warren Public School. I feel very privileged to announce the recipient of the Rotary Club of Kemba Citizenship is Natalie Jackson.
Please congratulate.
Thank you, Ms. Brown. Mr. Farquhar will now announce the Principal's Awards for being safe, respectful, and responsible in Stage 3 for 2020.
Following our school values is an extremely important part of life here at Warren Public School. Congratulations to these people for being safe. Chloe Johnson. For being respectful, Jasmina Martinov. For being responsible, Appy Amone. And also for being respectful, Latoya Apollo. Please give these people a round of applause.
Thank you, Mr. Farquhar, and well done to all the safe, respectful, and responsible students in our school.
In 2017, the school introduced the Warren Way Achievement Medal. This is our 4th year of awarding this important medal to exemplary students in our school for their outstanding behaviour at all times. Mr. Farquhar will now present the Warren Way Medals for Stage 3. Mrs. McElwain will announce the winners.
This is a very high achievement to get your medal. It means you've been safe, respectful and responsible. You've had AAA and you've now, or AA and AAA, and now you are Warrawong Way. You can keep it for the rest of your life and wear it with pride. So, for stage 3 we have Ezra Griffith Campbell. Ashley Murtazani. Natalie Jackson. Remo. Ilda Badani. Gary Howarth. Georgia Stovznoska. Sage Petkovsky. Atilu Rumagira. And Courtney Rosina. Please congratulate the medal winners.
Thank you, Mr. Farquhar and Ms. McAvoy. Congratulations to all medal recipients. Jonah and Jolly, would you present Mr. Farquhar with the E6 gift to our school for 2020?
On behalf of Year 6 2020, we would like to present Mr. Farquhar and Warrawong Public School with the gift of portable soccer posts.
We hope the students think of us when they play games of soccer down the back next year.
Thank you very much, Year 6, for your efforts in fundraising a gift for the school. And I know that those soccer posts are long overdue, and I think that they will be used just about every single lunchtime there is, except for when it's raining. So thank you very much. It'll be a valuable thing for the kids at our school. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Year 6 2020, for your generous gift to future years at Warrawong Public School. We wish all of Year 6 many years of success at high school.
We now welcome Mr. Curley from Warrawong High School to present a scholarship to one of our Year 6 pupils to assist them in Year 7 in 2021.
Thank you, Andy. Mr. Farquhar, Mr. Scully, ladies and gentlemen, students of Warrawong Public School, thanks for having me. First, I should apologise for making you wait. I actually got here early because of the great respect I have for you guys. I go around to all the schools and give a presentation of this award to all the schools. And the bags sit in the office, and they all look the same. Just a few minutes before we were supposed to start, I realised I bought the wrong bag. I had one job. Now, we make mistakes, and it's how we respond to those mistakes. So I quickly made a decision. Ran outside, called the office, told them what I'd done, run to the gate, got my phone out, dialed the number to get me through, sprinted down safely, sprinted down the pathway, met the lady from the office with the correct bag, did the swap in the car park, ran back up and got in here. And I apologise for that. As you guys come to high school next year, you'll make mistakes. Mistakes will happen. It's a big transition in your lives. I have every confidence that the resilience, the character, the strength that Warrawong Public School has given you will allow you to deal with those mistakes much better than I did and without such a sweat. Just before I give the award, I really like to thank all of the staff at Warrawong Public School, particularly Ms. Bowen, Mr. Best and Mr. French. Always made you feel very welcome, and I love coming over here. In fact, Mrs. Thurgate often jokes that I should be signing the staff list, not the guest list. But I'm not quite that lucky. Anyway, this award, I don't want to get this bit wrong, so I'll just tell you what you get as part of it. You get a book pack for all your exercise books, so you don't have to buy exercise books. You get a fees voucher for all fees due in Year 7. And the best one, I think, is that you get a $200 voucher for our lovely new uniform. So I look forward to seeing you all in blue and red next year. And it is great pleasure for me to award this to a student who I know is a fine young person, kind, always tries so hard in work, and he laughs at my jokes. So he either has a wonderful sense of humour or he's just a very kind young man. I think it's probably the latter. I proudly award this to Ethan Elwell.
Please congratulate Ethan again.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. We would now like to welcome Mr. Paul Scully, the member for Wollongong, to present a Literacy Encouragement Award to one of our deserving Year 6 students.
Thank you very much, and thank you for inviting me along to share this day with you. Before I begin, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land in which we meet and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging, and thank you very much for that welcome to country. It was excellent. First off, to the school leaders, who've been doing a great job keeping this on track. I'll give you a little insight, right? Sometimes you see it on TV, on Parliament, all seems to be running pretty smoothly. Sometimes we don't know what we're doing either. Right? So what you've been able to do is make sure it looks as though you've been running it smoothly, it's been going perfectly well. So most of the time you're doing better than we are, so well done. It's a great work. To the teaching staff on what has been an incredibly difficult year, thank you for your additional efforts going into remote learning, out of remote learning, back into remote learning, and out of remote learning again has set in challenges that there was no playbook for. There's been no playbook for anyone this year. That's a great testament to your efforts and the dedication to the students. And to the students, no one, I don't think, but I hope, will ever go through a year like you've just been through. And as Mr. Curley just said, we all make mistakes. I had a similar experience like Mr. Curley's, where I came along to give an award a couple of years ago, and I had the wrong one as well. My office tries to sort me out and make sure I'm pretty under control of that sort of stuff, but I picked up the wrong one. I was in Windang, my office is in Wollongong, so I couldn't run back there. But we worked it out, and that's what you've been able to learn to do this year as well. Because when you're faced with a challenge, when you're faced with adversity, whether it be a smoke and fire from bushfires or a pandemic, which means you have to go away from school and do remote learning, you learn something about yourself, and you learn how to overcome that adversity. And each of you walk away from this year with a level of maturity that no other Year 6 that came before you has had, with an understanding of yourself and how you react that no other Year 6 has had, because no other Year 6 has had to deal with what you've had to deal with. So good luck on your journey into high school. I'm sure those of you leave behind will appreciate the soccer post because they'll come in incredibly handy for everyone. So that's a very thoughtful gift that you're leaving behind. To Year 5, you two have learned a lot about yourselves this year and take that with you and take that going forward into your leadership of the school in Year 6 next year. So I wish you every success with that. But my job here today is to present an award and recognise someone who's been part of that leadership and shown leadership herself and for her school over a period of time. And with that award comes a gift voucher for a book voucher. And this year, I'd like to congratulate Jasmina Martinov on receiving the Paul Scully Leadership Award. Congratulations. Jasmina, congratulations. And to everyone, enjoy the holidays, enjoy the break. Come back next year stronger and ready to go than ever before. And the teachers here will be waiting for you, Mr. Curley, and the staff over at Warrawong High School will be waiting for you to continue on your education journey. Well done on a great year, and best of luck in the future.
Thank you, Mr. Scully. Many thanks for your kind gift. Mr. Best, would you please announce the Year 6 winner of the Innovation with Technology Award?
Thanks, Carmani. This is my favourite award to give out every year. Mr. Walker's a good friend of mine, and I really like it after this assembly because I get to take a photo and send him a text message, and he gets to find out who the winner is. Hands up if you can remember Mr. Walker. Mr. Walker was here for a very long time, and we're very lucky because our school wouldn't be the school it is today without Mr. Walker's leadership in technology. We are a shining light to other schools when it comes to computers and laptops and robotics and coding and all the wonderful stuff that we do. And that's because of all the work that Mr. Walker did for many years here. The winner of this year's Technology Innovation Award goes to Muhammad Alada. Muhammad is very talented in a range of things when it comes to technology, but this year he's shown a lot of leadership, especially with his movie making and video editing skills. So give him another round of applause.
Are you meant to speak?
Thank you, Mr. Best. Now we will have our prestigious Year 6 awards for our senior students. Mrs. Pryor, would you please present the Sports Person of the Year 2021?
Okay, my favourite job of the year too. So the Sports Person of the Year award is always given to the athlete who has not only participated in school carnivals and been a sporting leader within the school, but they've also represented at district, regional, or even sometimes state level. They also trial and sometimes play in zone representative teams in their chosen sport. And this year was difficult to manage our normal point system that we have, but our school has been very good in still continuing with our carnivals and trying our best. And then earlier in the year, our special person also was selected for the zone representative netball team, even though they didn't actually get to play. This person's also a sports leader and our senior female athletics champion. So congratulations to Anna Hera.
Mohammed is supposed to see this part, but he can stay there in his place of honour. Thank you, Mrs. Pryor. Mr. French, would you please present the 2020 Citizenship Award?
Okay. Our school citizenship award is presented to a Year 6 student who shows exceptional kindness, is helpful, is selfless and very caring. This year I'm pleased to award the Citizenship Award to Kaimani Parata.
Thank you, Mr. French. Mr. Farquhar, it is your honour to present the Ducks of the School Award for 2020.
And it is a great honour to present the Ducks of the School Award for 2020. But before I do that, it's very important that I mention something that was also not great about 2020. And many of you would know Lauren Horlock, Mrs. Horlock, or Andre Dagama's mum. Some of you would remember Andre, he's now about year 8, I think. Mrs. Horlock was a member of our PNC for well over 20 years. And earlier this year, after a short illness, she passed away. And that was a very sad time. We weren't at school at that time. Or we had come back to school at that time, but not for very long. And the amount of time and effort that Mrs. Horlock put into the students at Warrawong Public School in raising money, coming along to PNC meetings, interviewing teachers for jobs, all those sorts of things that she was involved in for a very, very long time. She did a fantastic job. So we'd like to remember her today in this very different assembly to what we normally have. Special for me too, because Mrs. Horlock was part of the process and on the panel for me being able to come here and be your principal. So sad time, but also lots of great memories that we have of Mrs. Horlock and her dedication to Warrawong Public School. 2 years ago, she was awarded the Service for Public Education, for great service to public education for her work here at Warrawong Public School. So she received the Director's Award for Service to Public Education in that. Not many people get those awards. So just so that we remember Mrs. Horlock and all of her hard work, and we thank her very much for the time that she spent here at Warrawong Public School for a long, long period of time, making sure that you guys got stuff like whiteboards, Mother's Day stalls, Father's Day stalls, all those sorts of things that happen. Okay, so I need to move on to the Ducks Award. I think I might need my glasses. And there it is. Earlier today, Mr. Farquhar made an error, and I didn't read the title, even though your teachers always tell you to read the title, and it's in bold for a reason. It's important, yeah? I didn't. So that's why Mrs. McElwain wants to make sure I get this one right. So congratulations. The Ducks for 2020 is Anakera Ulakita. And a big round of applause for all of our special
Thank you, Mr. Farquhar. Congratulations to the Year 6 winners of these prestigious awards. As school leaders in 2020, we would now like to announce our 2021 school leaders.
School leader and captain for 2021 is Cheyenne Ansel.
School leader and captain for 2021. Uda Badani.
School leader for 2021 is Sage Podolsky.
School leader for 2021 is BM Simmons.
School leader for 2021 is Jake Foster.
Gary Howard.
Congratulate the school leaders next year.
Congratulations to all our school captains and leaders for 2021. We wish you well next year in your expanded leadership roles.
Thank you to all our presenters and special guests, parents and community members watching online for attending or viewing our presentation day ceremony. We wish you all a safe and happy holiday break.
This concludes the Warren Public Schools Presentation Day Assembly for 2020. Boys and girls, please wait quietly for your teachers and